The story you're about to see is true.
I'm going to tell you something, mister, and I want you to remember it. As a con man, you're a flop. You wouldn't know a mark if he came up and hit you in the mouth. Besides being bad at that, you're a liar, the worst kind of liar.
So I've been looking for one of these radios for quite a while. It's the Tram D300. It's an old vintage radio, really hard to find. But I wanted one that was in good condition, wouldn't need any repairs, basically a plug and play. I got a call from John from a place called Radio Communications Sales and Service. He's located quite a ways east of Ottawa, but he said he had a beautiful radio that I would want. So I said, okay, John, send me some information. He sent me a text that said, beautiful radio, works exactly like it should. Radio test reports were excellent. So the small picture he sent me, I said, like, who did the testing and that it looked like the original caps in the radio? And did it have a mic? He said, caps look new, and yes, mic included. My tech at the shop here tested, and the radio comes from Tram when they closed. I thought that was interesting. He said, if you look on the board at the back, a lot of new caps. They have been replaced. Did test this morning, excellent reports. So based on that, I thought, wow, this sounds like a radio I'd be proud to add to my collection. Now, he was asking $650. I offered him $600, and we agreed on that price, shipped. Now, this radio has the exact same boards as a Cobra 142 and the unit in Washington. And when I got the radio, I sent it to a guy who's an expert with these boards and who's also a member of this group. And this is what he found. Bare wires throughout the radio. And for some reason, they were using this masking tape, painter's masking tape throughout the radio. Couldn't understand, what that was all about. Then we noticed there was quite a few resistors that had been cut, resoldered, don't know why. Then this bent test point was bent so bad that underneath it had lifted the solder, cracked the board underneath. That had to be repaired. Also, we found these jumper cables that were bypassing the ALC and the AMC, another hack job. Also, wires were removed from the mic gain control, as you can see from this next picture. All the wires were removed and bypassed. Also, this test tuning coil had been stretched to try to get one more watt out of the radio. And all the capacitors in this radio were the original YEC caps that were used when the radio was built. So no new caps. And then there was this black overspray all over the chassis on the inside. I sent John a message. I said, this radio is a mess and will need a total restoration. He replied, well, I have the picture I sent you and it wasn't like that. I don't know what to say. Makes no sense. Okay, well, Bill, I haven't sent your radio like that. I'm going to ask you politely from now on to buy elsewhere. I thought, wow. And then he blocked me on Facebook. Normally I wouldn't do a video like this, but I feel like I got ripped off. And I think people should be cautious when buying from this guy.